Welcome back. Former Vice President Mike Pence expressing confidence the Supreme Court will take a stand for life, saying he thinks the 3 justices appointed during the Trump administration will be the ones to make the difference. The former vice president sat down with our CBN News chief political analyst David Brody to discuss today's Supreme Court case. He also addressed the anger directed at him over January 6th and what his future holds.
For Mike Pence, the battle to reverse Roe v. Wade goes back decades to his time as a congressman.
I'm Mike Pence, I'm from Indiana, and I'm pro-life.
Now, years later, the former VP and millions of faithful pro-lifers are more hopeful than ever. They believe the Dobbs v. Jackson women's health case, now in the hands of the High Court, could finally help reverse the landmark 1973 decision legalizing abortion.
Mr. Vice President, great to see you again, sir.
Great to see you, David. Thank you.
In our exclusive interview, Pence expressed confidence in key members appointed to the Supreme Court.
President Trump had me interview all of the finalists for the Supreme Court. I was able to spend time with Justice Brett Kavanaugh and Justice Amy Coney Barrett and Justice Neil Gorsuch before they were appointed.
Right. You feel confident.
And I will tell you that they are men and women of integrity and conviction, and I'm just going to be joining a great chorus of Americans that will be praying that they have the courage to seize this moment for life.
You and I have talked about this before, the disappointment. Those are your words about John Roberts, that he has been a disappointment. How concerned, how worried are you about him?
Well, I have been disappointed in the Chief Justice from time to time. But on the issue of life, he's shown some consistency that gives me hope that there's a possibility that the Chief Justice could join the 5 members of the conservative majority on the Supreme Court to give us a fresh start for life.
But since he and Donald Trump left office, they have seen a total reversal of their pro-life agenda.
President Joe Biden is leading the most pro-abortion administration in American history, which sadly follows the most pro-life administration in American history. I mean, to look at Joe Biden's career in the Senate, where for decades he supported the Hyde Amendment, which bans taxpayer funding of abortion, and now to see his administration proposing and supporting an overturning of the Hyde Amendment and taxpayer funding of abortion, I think is a betrayal of aspects of his career that were admirable, but have now been set aside as he does the bidding of the radical left that's in charge in the House and in the United States Senate.
Since Pence left office, he's been under criticism by a segment of Trump supporters for his role in certifying the 2020 election results on January 6th.
People have called you a traitor. I need you to respond to these folks because this is a consistent thing that I hear every single day.
On January 6th, I said that I believe there were irregularities about which I was concerned. And I wanted them to have a fair hearing before the Congress. But from the founding of this nation forward, it's been well established that elections are to be governed at the state level. And that the only role the Congress has is to open and count the electoral votes that are submitted by states across the country. No more and no less than that. And you know, in January of 2017, I took an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. The Bible says in Psalm 15 that he keeps his oath even when it hurts. And on that day, I could relate to that sentiment. But I wanted to keep my oath to the Constitution. I know in my heart of hearts that on that day, we did our duty under the Constitution. I don't know if President Trump and I will ever see eye to eye on that day. Or that many of our most ardent supporters will agree with my decision that day. But I know I did the right thing.
So what about his next decision regarding the future? Mike Pence travels to New Hampshire this month, which fuels speculation of a presidential run. But what if Donald Trump enters the race?
You know, David, you and I have known each other a long time.
Yeah.
And I will tell you that for right now, my focus is entirely on doing everything in my power to support the conservative cause and win back the Congress and state houses all across this country in 2022. Right. We'll let the future take care of itself after that. And I promise to keep you posted. And then in the years ahead, I'm confident. I'm confident that our party and our movement will choose the right leaders and the right voices to make our country strong and great once again.
Mike Pence taking it one day at a time, and right now, winning on the life issue at the Supreme Court is the top priority. David Brody, CBN News.